Hiya. I'm just colouring my hair. That might have been fairly obvious, but I just thought I'd explain anyway. Which means that I've got to sit still for a few minutes, and I do find that a little bit difficult. I'm a little bit, I move around a lot. I find it difficult to sit still. Anyway, so I was just thinking about stuff. You may wonder why I quite often look around. It's not that there's a lot going on in the room. It's just that I do know that when I stop to think, I have to sort of gaze off into space. So, or just completely switch off as I did then. That's when I'm thinking. Anyway, I haven't done a talkie for a while, and as I was just sitting here thinking about stuff, I thought I'd share something with you. I do this thing, which everybody seems to think is a bit weird, but it's not. You know when you think, and you're just thinking, well, I think in other people's voices, which sounds like I'm mental, but I'm not. I actually, back in the days of my business life, I was actually at a networking meeting, and I got chatting to a bloke who's a psychotherapist, and he told me that the reason that I do it is because I've got a very active mind. Chris was just come in the room while I'm doing a talkie. This is bad. Leave the room. Leave the room until I've finished. I don't like to be, oh look, I actually blushed. I like to just sit in a little corner and do these on my own for some strange reason, but anyway. He'd only got a pair of boxers on. I should have actually showed you that, shouldn't I? But anyway. I've lost track. It's not mental. I've got a very active mind, and that's why I do it. It gives my mind something to do while I'm not amusing it. So anyway, a long time ago when I first started doing it, I think I've always done it, but when I first sort of became aware that I was doing it, Trevor McDonald used to do the news, and I used to think in Trevor McDonald's voice all the time. Then Jodie Foster did Summersby, and for a long, long time I talked in my head in Jodie Foster's accent, so it seems to be accents that I find interesting. Anyway, what I found a little bit alarming, well, not alarming I suppose, but I was a bit surprised. I discovered I was doing it today, because I don't do it all the time. At least I don't think I do. I think it's only if I speak to somebody or hear somebody speaking in a way that pleases me or affects me in some way, then I start using their voice as my thinking voice. Anyway, today I was having a little conversation with myself in my head, and I realised that my thinking voice was a very sweet man on the Undateables the other night. I need to get back to Trevor McDonald fast. Anyway, see you later, folks.